Hey y'all, Adam here from Eternal Knights Collectibles. Hope y'all are doing well. Um, this video is just going to be a quick review of Fairfax Comic Con. Super casual, nothing major. Just sorting some Grand Archive cards by color, or I'm sorry, element. Um, so yeah, let's talk about Fairfax Comic Con. So this was my second Fairfax Comic Con as a vendor, and this time I had a corner booth. So I had a nice little area to myself near the front, closer to the exit side, and it didn't go quite as well as I had hoped. I did mainly go there to have fun, and I had fun, which is about all I can ask for. But it was a struggle to make back table. If I take out the change from my revenue, which my revenue was like $560, and my change was $100, I missed tail by $20, so negative 20 in the bag. But it was a bit of a struggle. Fairfax Comic Con originally they were going to have Yandu from Guardians of the Galaxy headline the show, and unfortunately, due to some filming conflicts that he was unable to make the show at the last minute. So that was off-putting to probably a lot of people that would have attended had he been there. It happens. It happens at every show. But something tells me that Fairfax Comic Con put a lot of money into him, into getting him and reserving him, to the point that it kind of affected the overall vibe of the show. I hate to compare it to Big Lit Comic Con because they're both two completely different conventions, but I have to. The vibe just wasn't there like last year. There was no DeLorean, there were no cars to take pictures next to. Half of the Star Wars stuff that was there was not there this year. I understand that the economy took a hit because of what's happening. But it just didn't have the same vibe. There was a lot of open space where you could put vendors or artists or some big booth like a fudge booth or something, and it just wasn't there. I made some sales. Yeah, I made some sales. I did just over, counting change, I did 600 plus in sales over 2 days. I sell comics and cards, but I'm starting to lean more into the cards because, well, I like them, and I'm trying my best to convert people to Grand Archive, which is a fun game, and the artwork's beautiful. But there's just it was a struggle when you're selling books for $1 to $2 a piece. It's a struggle to make back table day one. I mean, my biggest thing is I don't have. Oh, hey, Poison Dagger, a new one from Distorted Reflections, and I don't know. It was. I just didn't get the same vibe, and I didn't feel that I had the same sales potential as I did the previous year, but a lot of that's on me. I'm usually unable to replenish my inventory in a timely fashion because, and I'm being completely transparent with you guys, I am dealing with Fairfax Comic Con. The comics are selling. I mean, I have to restock Action Comics and Superman because people were buying that stuff out of me this week, this weekend. There were some unexpected sales. I was very surprised to see that much interest in those comics because I've had them for so long and no one's like, man, it's Superman, I don't really care, but I got lucky. But it was just weird. I'm not going to talk too much about my booth because, I mean, it's just a 2-day convention. And when you're selling cheap cards and cheap comics, there's really no intention of doing 5 figures. And, I mean, I would love to do 5 figures like some of these artists do, but that's their own work. They got the creative mindset to be an artist. I don't. I just like to sell tangible things like cards, comics, sometimes manga, sometimes anime figures. You can see behind me. But yeah, it just felt different. So really what I would love Fairfax Comic Con to focus on is how can we get more interaction from our attendees? What can further attract our attendees to our convention? To attend both days. A lot came out for Yandu, but unfortunately, like I said, he canceled. But there were some other good guests there that circuit Northern Virginia quite often. Amy Jo Johnson was there. David Yoist was there. Rachel Leigh Cook was there as well, along with Tara Reid and a few other actors and actresses. But for me, I wasn't able to go to any of them because, I mean, I don't really like to spend money when I'm vendoring. I'm like, I want to walk home with what I made. But it's just different. The vibe just wasn't there. It was kind of boring. I mean, what were attendees going to do after they went to the vendors they wanted to go to? They got the signatures and photo ops they wanted. What's keeping them there? And truth be told, excuse me, nothing. So hopefully Fairfax Comic Con can go and try to get back to what made the convention fun. Talk with suppliers and vendors, get some backdrops going. Look at Otakon, how they separate booths with the drapery behind them. That's done by a supplier. I would love to see Fairfax Comic Con to do that because my table was $600. My corner booth was $600. I was given an 8-foot and a 6-foot table. I don't know. There's really not much I can say. I mean, some reviews are going to come out from Fairfax Comic Con. Most of them will be positive, I think. The comic section on their Facebook page it's all right. But yeah, there's just not a whole lot to mention. I mean, I made table back, even though it took me all 2 days, and it was rough. So I had to figure out as a vendor, how can I not struggle like that? Well, first off, I gotta take care of my personal life too. if you guys want to help someone who is kind of financially struggling, and I know there's a lot of people financially struggling right now, you don't have to, but there is a link to my coffee down below. $1 donation, a $10, $100, whatever donation, it all helps. Because I am genuinely trying to do better financially. I'm taking steps to do better financially. So when I go to these shows, I'm not going there because, oh, I got bills to go pay. I'm going to these shows to bring in revenue that I can reinvest into my business. So maybe one day it can become what I do full time and it can support me. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. It was another Fairfax Comic Con. Not as good as last year. Didn't have the same vibe. TLDR. Yeah, just didn't have the same vibe as last year. But I want to thank you guys all for taking the time to watch this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to putting more videos out. I'm gonna go back to quietly sorting Grand Archive cards. Y'all have a good night. Bye bye.